Wir fahren gleich mit dem Schiff on the water. Wir fahren jetzt in Schiff. Das Ticket kaufen und fahren wir mit dem Schiff. 5. Oktober 2020, London. Jetzt gehen wir zu Schiff und fahren wir in London on the land. Wir sind jetzt auf dem Schiff. Fahren wir jetzt gleich. Und nachher fahren wir London ein. In London.
For the next 40 to 45 minutes, you lucky bunch. Now, I've come upstairs to see you all on the upper deck. Give me a big cheesy wave. Hello. Now, if you are on the upper deck, for this is it's to do with the way the wind is going to be blowing around us as we're travelling up and down the river. Now, this is, of course, your own choice. If you feel safe enough, then that's fine. But we would highly recommend it, and I will be keeping my mask on for the entirety of the journey. Only other rule, no Titanic moments. Because if I see a Jack and Rose flying at the front of the boat, I will shove you off. You be warned. I said give them a big cheer. Yeah, that's it. Well, there you go. You're now ready for your London Eye River cruise. So, let's start off by looking at this absolutely stunning and beautiful building that we can see right now. It's one of the highlights of the cruise today, isn't it? St Thomas's Hospital over on the left. Now, of course, you've got the Palace of Westminster on your right-hand side. The Houses of Parliament, completed in the 1860s in a neo-Gothic design, designed by Augustus Pugin and Charles Barry. Under the top row of windows are coats of arms, and each one of them is unique. They represent a different aristocratic family. But after some of our protests, also Guy Fawkes would have come down the steps in 1605 after he was caught underneath the House of Lords with 36 barrels of gunpowder ready to blow up the opening state of Parliament with the King and the Prince and the Queen inside. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. Do we have any James Bond fans on board? Elizabeth II Tower to mark her current monarch's Diamond Jubilee. And the tower actually leans an inch and a half to one side. You had to get an expert in to take a look at it from the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So where does the name Big Ben come from? Well, it comes from Sir Benjamin Hall, who was commissioner of the works when the tower was being built. Now, he wasn't very popular with his workmates. He was moody, he was grumpy, and he was fat. He enjoyed his cake and pie and chocolate. And when the bell arrived, his workmates responded to the bell. They took the point to Sir Benjamin, and they said, "Oi, Ben, that bell is just as big as you." Hence the name Big Ben was born from Sir Benjamin. All I can say about that, thank God his name was this. He was never caught, of course. More of the outlandish theories suggest he may have been the Prince Albert, Victoria's grandson. And it was nowhere near the city for most of the time that happened. There you go. Up in front of us, you've got the Hungerford Railway Bridge with the Golden Jubilee footbridges either side. Golden Jubilee footbridges are designed to look similar in architectural styles to the London Eye, and they were delayed in their opening back in 2002 due to an unexploded World War II bomb. Printed back in 1951, and it was made to raise the spirits of the people of London after the Second World War. So you've got the Royal Festival Hall over there, home to the London Philharmonic Orchestra. You've also got the Queen Elizabeth Hall and the Purcell Rooms. Beautiful part of the city to go for a walk in, a lot of nice bars and restaurants. £6 a night for some of the rooms in there, minimum of a 3-night stay. Now for that you get your own butler, your own living room. Bridge, also known as the Ladies Bridge, that's because under budget, and it's a self-cleaning bridge. It's made out of Portland stone, it washes itself clean when it gets wet. On the right, this building with the electronic advertising is the Royal National Theatre, and it's ugly. It looks like a multi-storey car park. In fact, Prince Charles himself said he thought that building looked like the back end of a nuclear power station. Now, it's much prettier on the inside. There are 3 theatre spaces in there. The largest one is the Olivier, named after the actor and first artistic director of the National, Sir Laurence Olivier. Tickets from as cheap as about £15 to watch a. Now, for those people on board who do not know, ITV brings us all of our information. Do you see this beach over on the side? That's London's 5-star beach resort, Gabriel's Wharf, Hospital Thames, and that is where they film Love Island, the wonders of CGI. Do you see the people that are on the beach today? Yeah, enjoying the London sun, building sand castles, and catching typhoid from the water. And then coming up on the right, you will see this red brick building with the white black robes, hence the term black flowers. Now, if anyone is a fan of the Tudors or of Wolf Hall, things like that, Philip the Gregory books, you might be interested to know that it was within that priory that Henry VIII had his divorce hearing to his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. Later on, the priory was closed down during the dissolution of the monasteries when he broke away from Rome and the Catholic Church and made himself supreme head of the Church of England. This was also so he could get his marriage annulled, so he could then marry Anne Boleyn. Now, we all know how this ended up for Anne. When she could not give him the son he so desperately wanted, he found her guilty of witchcraft, and he still had all his cargo on board. The cargo was a bunch of stonework. What are the mysterious red columns, eh? Be they giant bird tails? Be they the River Thames version of Stone Room? Be they sponsored by Coca-Cola? Or there is a brand mysterious berries and I'm not going to tell you. Now on the right you've got the Tate modern art museum. It used to be the Bankside Power Station, but that big chimney at the top was causing too much pollution. It is one of the most famous modern art museums in the world. So if you like modern art, that's the place to go. If you don't like modern art, do not worry, they've got a bar at the top. It is free entry to get inside though, so you know. His epitaph reads, "If you seek my monument, look around you." Little fact for you, he didn't want a golden cross at the top, I suppose. He wanted a giant golden pineapple. Because in those days, pineapples were seen as a symbol of prosperity. He was told, no mate, you're not getting a pineapple, you're getting a cross. It was a big deal. He was building a domed cathedral in a country that at the time was Protestant. Domed cathedrals are very much associated with Rome and the Catholic Church, and it is in fact the largest domed cathedral in the world after St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City. Coming up at the right, you will see the reconstruction of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, the white building with the roof, thatched roof. The original Globe stood just up in front of us, but it burned. I've been in there. Great fish and chips, they are award-winning. They do say the pub is haunted, and I believe it's true. I've seen many spirits behind the bar. But it was at one point a frequented haunt by pirates and smugglers. If you don't... Can I please see your best R? Or not? That is a reconstruction of Francis Drake's Golden Hinds. In 1577, Francis Drake set sail on the Golden Hinds on a 3-year journey. When he came back, he was £25 million in today's money richer, having plundered all that money from the Spanish and the Portuguese. He was not tried for piracy though. Instead, Elizabeth I said, "I will have an elephant walk across the river at one point." The last time that the river froze over enough that we could have a cross pier down here was in 1834, the last free cross pier. Right, now it's time for some audience participation. So what I want, everyone stick your hands in the air like you just don't care. All hands up, all hands up. And on the count of 3, I want you to point in the direction of the world-famous London Bridge. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, hands going everywhere. If you're pointing ahead of you, well done. Because you're wrong. That's Tower Bridge in front of you. London Bridge is the boring collection of concrete you just went underneath. It wasn't very pretty, was it? Yeah, that version's been there since the 1970s. Now, I don't want to humiliate anyone, but it did say London Bridge in very big writing as we went by. Powerful. The guns in the front can fire a distance of 14 miles. She weighs 11,500 tons. She took part in the D-Day landings, the Battle of North Cape, the Russian convoys. She helped to sink one of Hitler's favourite warships, the Scharnhorst. She then went to fight in the Korean War before it was being scrapped in the 1970s. Luckily saved by the Imperial War Museum, and she now serves as a floating museum today. Also built at the Harland and Wolff Docklands in Belfast. The same docks the ill-fated RMS Titanic was built in. And then on the right you will see this beautiful ground glass building. This is City Hall, often described as looking like a beehive or an onion, or my favourite Darth Vader's helmet. And that's where our mayor Sadiq Khan works. And on the left, the building you must all visit, the Tower of London. About 900 years old, built during the reign of William the Conqueror. Originally as a royal palace, over the years it served as a mint, a conservatory, a lighthouse, a treasury, an armoury, a zoo, and a prison. The White Tower is the oldest part, but it's not the most important tower in there. The disappearance of the Maybe have his nephews murdered off so he can become king. We may never know for sure. Sadly, we cannot see the bloody tower from the boat because of the bloody trees. Torture methods at the tower include the thumbscrew. Our cargo into the warehouses either side of us. You've got Butler's Wharf over there on the right. You can still see the word spice up there. It was still the busiest docks in Europe in 1945. I have been told, and I do not know how true this is, you need to ask somebody who was living here at the time, but I have been told that in the 1980s, when these warehouses were turned into luxury apartments, when you were having a shower, you could still smell cinnamon. Yeah, I don't know how true it is, you need to ask somebody who was living here at the time, like I say, but it is possible. So in a second, guys, we will start to turn around, and when we do, you will get the photo opportunity of the day. A selfie with me.
Chuẩn bị rồi có cái hình cover bridge rồi đừng có ăn nữa nha. Nhìn đây nè. Phủi bớt đồ đây. Không thêm.
Look at that. I think this is the best view of Tower Bridge in the whole of London. It's quite Bergy. Hashtag Liam is the best tour guide in the whole world. Go on, do it. The towers on it are purely for decoration. They are not necessary to keep the bridge standing up. They're just there so it blends in nicely with the Tower of London. Now let's return to the Tower of London because it's got a very boring. It is said that as Elizabeth was taken through Traitor's Gate, the lions in the zoo at the tower roared in unison, protesting her arrest. Now, only celebrated mocking booing as a form of public humiliation. If you were very rich, you could get a private execution. 3 queens of England were beheaded in them. 2 of them were wives
London
of
ngày 5 tháng 10 năm 2020 Nguyễn. Auf Wiedersehen.